Hey guys, Dazzler Magic here, and today was supposed to be the 2018 spring announcement day, according to Wizards, as of at least yesterday. I don't know, I haven't known about it very long. But as they promised, they revealed some future sets all at once. But unlike dumping, I think, what did they do one time? 6 sets on us in a row? We already knew about some of these, like Battle Bond, we just have additional details. But most of it was in video form, so you could go just watch the video. But I will give you a warning. It is the cringiest thing I've ever seen come out of Wizards ever. Like, just nothing even comes close. And they've got the crazy cotton candy-haired lady and the other one from, what is it, Magic the Amateuring? And they're so on script mixed with not hiding the fact that they're acting that it's just pretty bad. The humor it will make you cringe so hard you might pull a cringe muscle. But that is Wizards' theme lately, so at least they're keeping a central style, I guess. So let me just read their incredibly short article, because I guess it was all supposed to be in video form, which is odd. I know, ironic coming from me. Anyway, everything has been building up to this. Nicol Bolas's plans are taking shape and heroes are converging on, ready for this? Ravnica! I mean, I spoiled it a while ago. Literally, Jace spoiled it before I did. My code name for the set was Return to Ravnica, which of course they made that joke in the video. I can appreciate that one. But I'll get to the actual names later. But we're going to Ravnica after M19. Which means we're going back to the world of guilds as well. That was a really bad segue back to what they wrote. We'll be spending 3 sets. 3 sets on Ravnica. What? Now, see, I knew this was coming too. I mean, I didn't want to focus on it too much because I didn't want to ruin everything, but Mark Rosewater had said if you collect the pieces from 2 different locations, they currently had in the works, they planned on doing or assured us that they would do, and this was as far out as they had planned at that point, multiple sets and blocks or whatever, it's the same thing now, that are on the same plane. And then he also said we might even share a mechanic between them. So in other words, they're part of the same block. I mean, for legality, they're not, but just think about that. One block cycles out and the other one doesn't. Now, I think with how they're aligned, that won't happen because I think M19 causes a cycle, so then the 2 after that would cycle together or whatever. But remember, they said there's 3 Ravnica sets in a row, but they don't want to reveal the name of the 3rd one yet or any details about it because it's completely different. So the first set is Guilds of Ravnica, and then after that it's Ravnica Allegiance. And for simplicity and for interesting gameplay without having to get nuts with it, the first one will have 5 guilds and the second one will have 5 guilds. I mean, people are going to probably be like, oh, that's weird, that's a cheap way to do it. I completely agree. But what I don't agree with is one detail they gave about it. But the 3rd set, they said, they didn't say that it won't have anything to do with the guilds, but it's just going to be on Ravnica, like, in face, probably. You know, it's just, oh, that's where it is, and have next to nothing to do with it, because they said it'll be huge for the story, huge revelation, huge change. So either Nicol Bolas is going to die, or he's going to, like, take over the multiverse. So we're either going to have an Infinity War, or I don't know, some DC movie. I can't name another one. One where the bad guy loses. So that would be pretty cool. Hopefully it's called like Ravnica Apocalypse. Or Ravnica, blow it all to hell. I would play that. Hell, I'd buy a bundle just to get the poster. Now remember, they could be not naming it because it's literally Ravnica, the death of Bolas. But like they always, you know, name the set before the story comes out and that would ruin the story. So I don't know. Not really worth speculating. What we do know is it's basically going to like either restructure or destroy the guilds or merge them all or, you know, something just huge. And then it's going to, you know, hopefully wrap up the whole Nicol Bolas storyline. I think Ugin will show up to Ravnica. I think that's their main super weapon right now because the Silex is already going to be used to nuke Phyrexia, allegedly. So anyway, let's read the rest of what they wrote here. We'll be spending 3 sets on Ravnica as we gear up for the final showdown with Bolas himself. We've got a little way to go till we get there, but now you can start preparing yourself. Dig out that Is It shirt. Oh, that's right, they did sell a bunch of guild gear. Turn up that Golgari commander deck. Or stack up your Orzhov tokens, or gold, oh, that's right, and get ready to get back to Ravnica. Oh, they're saying get back instead of return? I would have said return. Oh my god, they could have named the first one Get Back to Ravnica. That would have been freaking awesome. And the next one could have just been like Revolver a Ravnica, or however you say that. I think that means turn around to Ravnica. I think it's repasar. I don't know. Mi español es terrible. So Guilds of Ravnica will release on October 5th, 2018. So we are a ways out. So whatever the third one is, that's got to be like middle of or like early 2019. And then we're going to have a core set after that, I think. So it's a ways away. I can appreciate them not spoiling it because then that's almost like too much time to think about it. So it will prominently feature, get ready for this, the harmonious Selesnya, green-white, the militant Boros, red-white, the life and death-focused Golgari, black-green, everybody hates them, by the way, the frazzled geniuses of the Izzet, blue-red, and the mystery of Dimir, blue-black. Darn! None of my favorites are in there. So after that, Ravnica Allegiance, which is probably going to be like a political, oh, they're teaming up with them, let's recruit them to fight Bolas. Bolas is going to take over the plane. Oh, we want to participate. Oh, we don't. You know what's weird, though? If they're making allegiances against Bolas, Golgari is in the first set. And allegedly by this point, Vraska has taken over the Golgari guild. So if they're going to fight Bolas, they at least have to be in the third set, but it's like, why are they not in the second one? But I think it's just a logistical thing. It's just, that's what colors were left and that's how they had to split it. And they're just going to work the story around it. So Allegiance ratchets up the drama and releases January 2019 and will complete our travels through the guilds. That's right, so we're staying on Ravnica, but this will complete our travels through the guilds. Now, I think they still mean like from a logical standpoint. Join the orderly Azorius white-blue. Love them! The chaotic Rakdos. Hate them! Okay, just wait till you guys see the art plans for them. The wild Gruul, red-green. I just don't remember much about them. The experimental Simic, green-blue. They got sharks attached to things. The devious Orzhov, white-black, also known as the best guild. And we reach the penultimate moment of the Gatewatch's story. So in other words, cliffhanger ending, and then the next set where it's like World War Bolas. Ooh, I'd play that. So they go on to say, it wouldn't be a return to Ravnica. Hey, they did use the phrase. Without letting players play as their favorite guilds. Now this is going to be controversial, I guess, especially since they once again left out very crucial information about what this is. I think it kind of speaks for itself, though. I'll try and explain it. Guild kits will feature a 60-card deck flavored after your favorite guild. Plus guild swag like pins, stickers, and spin-down life counters. And for some reason, spin-down has a capital S. Now, I know they've done this before because I've seen them, and I think maybe they were event decks or it was pre-release kits or both. I don't remember. That was an awful long time ago. So it says, play as one of the guilds of Ravnica guilds. That's, okay, let me just read this verbatim. You're going to love how this is phrased. Play as one of the guilds of Ravnica guilds with the Guilds of Ravnica guild kits. Okay. Releasing on November 2nd, and then the Ravnica Allegiance guild kits releasing February 2019. So both of them are a month after the release of their other set. So are they taking the place of Challenger decks? Are they taking the place of Planeswalker decks? Why is the release so late? I can answer two of them. No and no, I would think. Because as they put it, this is in the video, not the article, by the way. The first five will be, the first five from the Guilds of Ravnica. The second five guild decks or whatever will be from the Allegiance set, or it'll be the guilds from there. But buckle up for this one. They won't be standard legal. Ooh. I mean, you could help build a commander deck out of it because a lot of people do guild-based colors and they use guild legendaries as their commanders. But these are 60 cards. You'd have to almost rip it apart whatever, no problem. And if these are cheap, which they should be, whatever. But the closest I can say is that these will be modern legal because they're going to contain cards from Ravnica City of Guilds, Return to Ravnica, and then Guilds of Ravnica or Ravnica Allegiance, depending upon when they were released. So that's cool. It's like the entire history of the guild, and it's like a cool product, but, cool doesn't sell products. Like, Usable in Standard sells products. Usable in Commander sells products. Usable in Modern sells products. But they're going to throw a couple Commander and Modern staples in the decks just to give them value. But I don't think they're going to sell heavily to people that are just like, I am a huge fan of Selesnya. I need this deck. But I don't know. Like, you can't just buy the deck and take it to F&M. And they even said that's a problem. That's a major complaint about when they do like dual decks is you cannot buy them and then bring them to F&M where you're already at the hobby shop buying a deck. That's actually why they discontinued them and made Planeswalker decks. So I don't think those will be very popular, but if they're like, 15, 20 bucks, that'd be cool, but then they almost can't have anything good in them. And then if they're like 40 bucks, that prices them out of most people's budgets, and then people are just going to rip them apart for the cards in them. So once again, I think they've basically just made a reprint set. It's mini masters. It's basically guild masters. And oh, look, we reprinted some stuff and suppressed prices. Everybody go buy it. And then like nobody buys it to actually keep it. So those are a questionable design choice. I think if you're going to really realize that people only have limited amount of money to spend on Magic, that this was a poor choice. But whatever, maybe it's targeted at casuals, people who are just like, I like the guild, I like these colors, I want to play it. Boom. And the casual market is pretty big. So they end the article by saying, as you may have noticed in the video, we're spending a third set on Ravnica as well, but we're not quite ready to talk about it yet. Just know that while the setting will be Ravnica, the focus will be on the culmination of the story and not the guild. See, that's what I thought. They're just going to say, screw the guilds, do whatever color combinations they want. It's going to be a wild ride as we return to one of Magic's favorite planes, and the long boiling war with Nicol Bolas reaches its crescendo. I'm excited. Unfortunately, we have to wait till the middle of 2019 to figure out what happens in the storyline, which kind of sucks. So it all sounds cool, right? Oh boy, Ravnica, I love them. Yay. No. There is one line and one line only in this entire video, it's not even in the article, that ruins both of the sets, okay? I saved this for last because it's the best. It'll give you plenty of time to go learn how to play Pokemon. What's the number one most hated thing in all of Magic, other than Wizards? Because that's, duh. Getting mana screwed. Land draws. Just mana and lands. Ask any pro. They will hate mana screwing even more than hand disruption, which was voted the number one most hated mechanic recently. So what did they do with this set? They made it way, way worse. I'll let Gavin explain it.
Yeah, in all the Ravnica sets, we've mixed and matched them a little bit so you get different combinations, and we're really excited about some of the really cool overlaps we get to do this time that maybe you've never quite seen before, and, well, there's some pretty cool mechanics that let you do just that.
Let me translate that for you. Playing 3-color will be mandatory. The mechanics themselves involve using 2 different guilds mixed together. So that means bare minimum 3-color, which you are not going to play 3-color with basic lands, okay? Maybe you've tried that at the pre-release, it works about as well. So that means to play anything with the major mechanics in the sets, you will need tons of mana fixing, and the mana fixing is the most expensive part of a deck. So all the decks are going to get hyper expensive, and it sounds like if you just pick one guild, you're going to lose. So they might bring back that stupid how many colors did you feed into it mechanic or whatever, or some kind of, for every permanent that doesn't share a color, or something like something where it forces you to play different guild permanents, and then you get a benefit from that. Like, those decks are going to require bare minimum 8 dual lands. They're probably going to bring in triple lands, or they're going to bring in universal fixers like Aether Hub. And that's even worse because that enables people to play 3 or 4 color too easily, and that was the problem with energy decks. Letting people play 3 color energy or 4 color energy way too easily with guaranteed fixing is why they had to stop Attune with Aether and ban it. So this honestly sounds terrible. Terrible. Just absolutely terrible. 3-color decks are powerful, they're flexible, they can do all kinds of stuff, but that's the problem. People will sideboard their way out of anything, and that's what was wrong with Khans of Tarkir. The whole block is they're running 3-color, and it's control, but then they could sideboard in exactly what they need. Like, I need to settle the wreckage. Boom, drop it in. I need creature point removal. I need creature mass removal. Oh no, I need direct damage. I need creature kill spells. I need sacrifice. It's all on the sideboard, and they can drop it in. So their deck is the Swiss Army knife that does absolutely everything. And remember when Khans of Tarkir was out, depending upon which release it was, every time they released a new set, and it got worse and worse and worse, people just ran best of. It wasn't in the story, it wasn't even a mechanical thing, it's just, I'm running the best white creature, the best kill, the best this, the best that, best that, best that, best that. And it was so toxic, and you could not compete with the top 3 decks. It's just, you played them, or you didn't. They cost a fortune, because they were all 3-color or more, and it suppressed any kind of creativity or really, really good deck building, because nothing could compete with the top decks. Nothing. So what Wizards needs to do is never go back to 3-color heavy mechanics or 3-color heavy sets. And that's what they're doing. And the guilds, when they're separating them into 5 and 5, it could have been a dual color heavy set, and everybody would have been happy. But instead, it sounds like they're going to basically force you to play 3 color or more, which means every deck is going to have like a $100 mana base. I mean, depends what lands they put in, but they're going to have to be good. Either that, or, and this would almost fix it partially, have, you know, tap for 3 color lands, which they've had in the past, and they just come in tapped. So just, if you're playing 3 color, you are playing 1 turn behind somebody who isn't. And that was a really, really good balance in some sets. That's why Khans was so toxic, because with fetch lands, your lands never come in tapped, and you can just go fetch anything. And remember, we have single check lands right now. Those are pretty damn efficient. They're not great in 3 color, but they're still pretty good. So I'm not looking forward to this at all. I wish they would have brought back a mono set, but I knew that with the cycle and what they've been doing lately, they wouldn't do it. We need a truly mono set. We need Devotion to come back, or something similar to it, where it's like for every permanent that's blue on the field, boom, you know, not maybe literally Devotion, because that was narrowed down to, oh, does it cost double blue, triple blue, you know, whatever, that's better than that. Oh, but it's a crappy card. What do I build? Color synergy would have been awesome. Now, it wouldn't have worked for Ravnica because the guilds are 2 color, but in my opinion, they should have kept it 2 color. And you know, people were going to build 3 color anyway. They were going to mix the best of 2 guilds together and play it anyway. It's just don't, like he said, make one of the mechanics like be synergy between the guilds. Don't do that. So this honestly sounds terrible. It sounds absolutely miserable and expensive to play. And like I said, if you're going to even try to make 3 color work, 10 to 15% of the time, maybe, depending upon their choice of dual lands and triple lands and all that, and universal lands, you're going to get stuck with not the color you need. I mean, even if you have blue and white spells in your hand and you have like white and black lands, you can still only play, you know, sort of 1/3 of your deck and only 1/2 of your hand, and who knows what you're going to draw. So expect really expensive decks, lots of mulliganing, and everybody complaining about, damn it, I'm stuck with 4 white cards, I just need 1 freaking white mana. And any card with like double white in the costume, might as well not even put it in a triple color deck, because it's just not going to happen. And those, might I remind you, are the best spells. So I would have been excited, but honestly, that one line from Gavin just destroyed it. So hopefully he's wrong, he misspoke, or only one mechanic will do it, or it'll be like that, what is that, sunburst or whatever that crap thing was that nobody played because it was impossible. Hopefully it's just a filler mechanic. I mean, that we can all hope. But I don't know. I can't wait for the 3rd set where they blow it all to hell, because honestly, I don't really like Ravnica. All the guilds are a mess, their politics are a mess, they don't get along, and they're all a bunch of lunatics, honestly. So if they blow up the whole plane, you won't see me shedding a tear over it. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about 3 color decks and how much fun they are, and expensive mana bases if that's just your favorite thing ever. And I'll see you guys next video.